Thanks for checking out this edition of This Week in the World of Football, coming to you live from the fabulous World of Football Man Cave, located in the center of the football world, Kalamazoo, Michigan. The purpose of this podcast is to promote the game of football in all its many forms, past, present, and future. We hope to educate, inform, and entertain you with the glorious buffet that is the world of football, while also keeping a close eye on the rich history of the game. You can find the show after it's aired live on a multitude of podcasting platforms, as well as right here on YouTube along with past shows. If you want to connect with us, just find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Threads. Those links will be down in the episode description. Remember to comment, like, and share this video. If you have thoughts or comments during the show, drop them into the live chat and maybe you'll see your name on screen. If you have questions and they are deemed appropriate, they'll be answered at the end of the broadcast. So without further ado, let's kick off this week's show.
Hello again, everyone. This is episode number 422 for December 2nd, 2025, and I'm your host, Randy Snow. On this week's show, head coach Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss for LSU. Arena Football 1 signs a multi-year deal with a major apparel provider, and 3 more NFL teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. But I'm not here all by myself. As usual, across the internet from me in another part of Kalamazoo is my son, Adam.
Hi, how's it going? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Boy, it sucks being a Lions fan right now.
Yeah, that's why I broke out the Come on, Detroit, just one before I die t-shirt.
I mean, this whole season's been topsy-turvy. My brother-in-law won't do a Just Lying Around show because he's upset. So, like, when he's a diva and he's, like, upset and doesn't want to do a show, it's just like, I'm sitting here like, well, when you're happy, we do surprise Frank Ragnow shows, and then look how that...
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, that was... That Thanksgiving game was terrible. I know we're going to talk about it later.
Do we have to? Can we just talk about the food we ate?
Yeah, way too much of everything. All right. Not only do we have this weekly podcast, but we also make YouTube content. We currently have 725 videos on our YouTube channel, with the newest ones being our NFL picks video for last week, week 13. The emergency podcast that you talked about, episode 70 of Just Lying Around, where you and Kyle talked about center Frank Ragnow coming out of retirement, and
prematurely.
That all changed overnight.
Oh, what a whirlwind.
Yeah. And we also got around to posting finally the Have Grave Will Travel episode concerning the grave of Woody Hayes.
Me.
Yeah. Well, I did all the recording, and it's been sitting there in a queue for a long time, but it's finally up and it's finally done, and you did a good job on it, of course.
Oh, gee, thank you. Man, I had to put so much work into all your missing holes in that script. Oh my gosh. That's not even the last thing I edited over the weekend. Which is cute for you to keep reading what else we did.
Oh. Well, that was it for what we did.
Not. We posted a new episode of Inside the Arsenal, all about Michigan's arena football team, the Michigan Arsenal. That's right. I worked too darn hard on that for it to not be mentioned.
Yes, you did. Yep. Episode 2. We had fun making that. Did a couple of interviews again this week, and you got that out. What was it? First thing Sunday morning, I think, was when it was posted.
Yep. Looking like those shows are going to go up on Sundays, God willing. But no, and then next week we will be at the tryouts for the team next Sunday, since the Lions won't be playing. So we'll be in Midland, Michigan, checking out some tryouts. That should be a lot of fun. So by this time next week, we'll be able to chit chat about it. Maybe even give some teases during this episode next week before the episode comes out. So you guys got to come back week in, week out.
And of course, this coming week, we've got our episode of this show next Tuesday, episode 423, and our week 14 picks video will be up midweek. So looking forward to both of those. All right, so let's begin this weekly tour around the world of football. And we're going to start off this week with scores from the NFL. Take it away, Adam.
That's right, everybody. As much as I hate to do it right now, we're about to talk about scores from the NFL. A topsy-turvy season, as we seem to be talking about week in and week out. I think Royce brings up a good question here, Dad, in the chat. Question of the day: would you rather be a Lions fan or a Vikings fan right now? And I'd rather be a Lions fan, Royce, because
Lions fan. Yeah.
Closer to the playoffs, cooler uniforms, cooler helmets. A quarterback we don't want to throw in Lake Michigan. So I think we're good. I think we're good.
Both teams have pretty cool stadiums because we've been to both, and they're both really nice.
That's true. Minnesota, that US Bank Stadium is pretty legit. As much as I love Ford Field, I mean, US Bank Stadium pretty stinking nice. I'll give them that. And they got a nice locker room, by the way. Got to check that out.
Yep.
Well, all right, guys. Week 13 of the NFL's 2025 campaign kicked off on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Obviously, we had a triple header, starting with our beloved Detroit Lions falling to their interdivisional rival Green Bay Packers 31-24 in a game that, God, this one was hard to watch. Green Bay just had Detroit's number. It seemed at every turn. Detroit losing Amon-Ra St. Brown at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that hurt.
Really being able to bounce back from that. Like the Lions looked like maybe they get something going, and then Green Bay would just snuff it out. Like, Detroit kind of was their own worst enemy. A lot of missed opportunities in this one. I'm not even going to make excuses. The Packers played a better game. And to my Packers coworker who texted me Happy Thanksgiving that day, I definitely told him to go F himself and have a happy Thanksgiving. So,
no,
he says out there.
The game, to me, the game came down to this. Both defenses were good against the run. We, Detroit, could not stop the pass. We couldn't. We had no answer for their passing game, and it was very, very sad to see. So our secondary let us down. If our secondary had played better, who knows what would have happened? But that was the key. Was our secondary was terrible during that Thanksgiving Day game.
It didn't help. They definitely got exposed quite a bit. But I think the bigger problem is some of the play calling decisions, a lot of drops, a lot of just uncharacteristic stuff, like going for it in certain situations. I know Dan Campbell's Dan Gamble, but my man, kick a field goal, take a punt. I think the defense played okay enough to warrant you letting them have a shot at pinning Green Bay back and trying to do something, but we kept giving Green Bay great field position. That didn't help. So I don't know. It was tough, but I will say this. That halftime show was pretty darn good. Jack White with an M&M surprise in there. That was pretty good. Not M&M's like the snacks. We're talking about good old Motor City's M&M. That's right. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, it was better than most.
I mean, better than that one a couple years ago where they just threw an igloo out there with some white tarp in the middle of the field.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit's really stepped up their game.
Still waiting for them to get Weird Al in one of those halftime shows.
God, please. If we could just get, I don't care if it's the Super Bowl, get in for a Thanksgiving game. We need Weird Al more than ever, if I learned anything. All right, the second game of the Thanksgiving triple header saw the Dallas Cowboys beat the Kansas City Chiefs 31-28. The Cowboys getting hot right now after a couple big wins against both teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. And then let's see, the final game of the night saw the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow returning defeat the Baltimore Ravens 32-14. Then we had some Black Friday football as the Chicago Bears proved that they might just be legitimate as they beat the defending Super Bowl champions 24-15. And all I can say is, Mr. Ben Johnson, please keep your shirt on literally, because I don't want to see that. Dad, did you watch any of that Black Friday game?
No, just a little bit here and there, but no, I didn't sit down and watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I barely caught any of it. I almost forgot it was on, to be honest with you. You know, a lot of football kind of actually got away from me over the weekend just because of family and snowed in and all that. It was just worried about a bunch of different stuff. I had to shovel my driveway for a few hours at one point. That was not fun. If you want to gift us a snow thrower, Randy, we would greatly appreciate that for Christmas. No, look, Chicago, I'll give them their flowers. I know in the chat somewhere early on, I know somebody said, there it is. Dale said, I guess Adam was not happy. I guess the Bears are not frauds. They are the number one seed in the NFC. Yep, look, They are what their record says they are. They're 9-3, top of the conference. Hard to argue with. It's been a topsy-turvy year. I said if they beat the Eagles, I'd say they're legitimate, and they are. We'll see how they do against the Packers, but crazy. Just absolutely crazy that we're talking about the Bears being the number 1 seed.
That Bears-Packers game should be very, very interesting.
Yes, this week. Yeah, can't wait to make those picks tomorrow night. Should be very interesting to hear what you and Aaron think is going to happen there. As we move along, the team that was the number 1 seed, the team that we literally called in that video the best team in the NFL, probably the Los Angeles Rams, fell to the Carolina Panthers 31-28. What's happening? This is the kind of craziness that it's been really hard to wrap my head around. The fact that the Panthers beat the Rams, unbelievable. San Francisco, the 49ers beat the Browns 26-8. The Houston Texans upset the Indianapolis Colts 20-16. The Miami Dolphins took care of the New Orleans Saints. I almost said the inept Saints. The New Orleans Saints 21-17. The New York Jets beat the Atlanta Falcons on a last-second field goal 27-24. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with a slightly injured Baker Mayfield, came out and beat the Arizona Cardinals 20-17. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the Titans 25-3. The Seattle Seahawks beat Royce's Minnesota Vikings 26 to goose egg. Been a minute since we've seen a shutout. I'm glad it was them and not us.
Yeah.
But I did see pictures of Royce. Royce was at the game the other day wearing his Viking helmet and his nice jersey. I
didn't
Sorry,
see
I had to go there to see him lose. Oh, yeah, go to his Facebook. Hell, yeah.
Okay.
Are you not friends with Royce, Randy?
I missed him.
Oh,
I missed him.
Maybe you got to be friends with Royce to see him. So, Royce and I, we do our logo videos together. Him and I are buds. I don't know what to tell you, Randy. Maybe you need to be a lot nicer to Royce. But
like you need to be nicer to me? Yeah, that would work. Sure.
That ain't gonna happen. Christmas miracles, Randy. Let's see. The Los Angeles Chargers beat the Las Vegas Raiders 31-14, but in this game, quarterback Justin Herbert injured in this one. I believe he had like an MRI or something yesterday, so I can't remember at the top of my head his status, but definitely hurt my fantasy team a little bit with him taking that injury. So I hope he gets better as my team Goff yourself makes its push to the playoffs. And that's not a swear. There is a space. Whoa, you had that ready to go? What? Uh-oh. The guys
no
on
fantasy
the weekly
football. No
the
fantasy
guys
football.
The guys on the weekly picks video is gonna lose their mind that you have a sign now.
Yeah, I'm ready for you.
And thank you, Dale. Actually, he had surgery. Talking about Justin Herbert, we don't know if he's going to play next week. So, again, crazy things this year. Could he come back after surgery and play?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then we had the Buffalo Bills beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 26-7. Sunday Night Football saw the Denver Broncos take the Commanders in overtime 27-26. The Commanders missing that 2-point conversion at the end of the game. Otherwise, Commanders could have stole that one. And then last night, Monday Night Football, the New England Patriots made it 10 straight wins as they beat the New York Giants 33-15. Did you see anything from that game?
No. Oh, well, I saw the botched field goal or extra point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, terrible. Looked like not Lions. Looked like Lucy and Charlie Brown out there. And then
That's
there was the hit that. Then there was this great hit that Jackson Dart took. He was like running down the sideline, and a dude just lit him up.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of the Manning cast last night, and I tuned it just after that happened, so I got to see the replay right after it happened. So, yeah, that was incredible.
And then there was another play later on where somebody had the part of their helmet chip off. It was like so cold that it took a hit and part of the helmet chipped off. That was crazy too. Dale in the chat says, Randy, if we can't talk fantasy football, you can't have a sign. Sorry. What?
I'm sorry, Dale. You are wrong.
Hey, it's partially Randy's show. He makes the rules, even though I don't follow him. And that's it for the NFL scoreboard. But, Dad, what kind of stories do we have?
Well, we talked about this. The news came out earlier in the week that retired Lions center Frank Ragnow was going to come out of retirement to play for the Lions. Kyle
All
called for
excited.
an emergency episode of Just Lying Around to talk about it.
Right. I woke up from a nap to Kyle texting me, "Get on now. We're talking about this."
And then a day or so later, it was reported that he failed his physical, something about a hamstring injury, and so he's not going to play this year. Maybe never again, but he's definitely not going to play this year. So I think between that and the Lions' loss, Kyle just couldn't take it this week.
Clearly. Well, then Kyle also had his wedding anniversary on Sunday. His birthday was yesterday.
Yep.
So I don't know when Kyle's going to find time to put a show together, but we'll find out. But it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately so disappointed in this. And Frank Ragnow, he's got to be one of the toughest sons of guns on the planet, because to not know you had a grade 3 tear in your, what was it, his MCL or whatever, like,
I don't know all the technical
ridiculous.
terms,
he was just like, "Oh yeah, it's just a little tweak. I'm good though." Nope, it's a grade 3, which is, we can't let you play. And he's like, "Oh really? It didn't hurt that bad." Like, this dude's threshold of pain is incredible. Remember when he played with a fractured throat?
Yeah,
insane. That man was something else. I miss him. I was so excited.
I was thinking he also played like a whole season with a broken arm or something. Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I wasn't a broken arm. No.
Somebody did that. Anyway, some other news that came out this week is that 3 more teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. The Giants last week, and then this week it was the Cardinals, the Titans, and the Raiders that were all eliminated from the playoffs. So teams are starting to fall by the wayside. And the last story I've got from the NFL this week is the Pro Football Hall of Fame incorrectly announced the passing of Hall of Famer and former Detroit Lion great Lem Barney. They later apologized for the error. I saw this, and it wasn't from the Lions, and it wasn't from a reputable source, but I saw it like maybe in 2 different places. So I actually wrote up an obituary for today's show, and then to find out that it wasn't real, it was very. I mean, I was glad that he's still around, but he's 80 years old, and maybe he does have some health issues, but I don't know how how the story got out there, but it was not true. He is still with us.
I don't know how you botch something like that. Like, geez.
Yeah, I was really depressed because I got to meet Lem Barney a couple years ago, and I got to shake his hand and talk to him for a minute. What a cool guy he is! I was very
Where'd
upset.
you meet him at?
Huh?
Where'd you meet him?
Oh, I met him at Ford Field. It was when the shoot, I knew you were going to ask me this, but there was tryouts for that new team that was that new league back in the 90s, I think, when they were going to have a new league, and there was going to be a team Michigan and a team Alabama and a team Georgia, and they were going to play by college rules. And so they had tryouts at Ford Field, and he was there for that, and that's when I got to meet him. The league never came to fruition, but they did have a tryout at Ford Field for a lot of players.
That All-American Football League, was that what it was?
Yes. I forget what year that was, but
I want to say it's like 2000. The season was proposed for 2008, but it was, I believe 2007 is when you would have been there for that.
Yeah, it was either late 2007 or early 2008.
Let me see if let me see. I got something for you, Randy. How about bam, the All-American Football League. Anybody remember that?
Yes. I have a plastic cup with that logo on it that I got that day, and the team never came to fruition. There's actually a picture of me on our website. If you go to about us and you scroll down far enough, you'll find a picture of me with Ted Cluck, and we're standing by that logo at Ford Field. I thought about pulling that out, but I didn't bother to do that. But that would have told me what year that was.
Oh, well, if you give me 2 seconds, I'll pull that up too. Look at me being on top of it today, everybody. Where is it at? Well, bam. Found it.
There you go.
That nice greeny picture on that website Randy's been maintaining for nearly 20 years. And the website shows.
Yep. That was author Ted Cluck, buddy of mine that He played for the Battle Creek Crunch, wrote a book called Paper Tiger, and we were both there checking out the tryouts that day. Man, was I skinny! Woo.
That was a good book. I'm not even saying
It
that
was.
just because it was a good book.
Yeah.
If you like Paper Lion, but you like indoor football, this is your book, everybody. Where's Trey at? Take notes, Trey. Find yourself a copy of Paper Tiger. Maybe you just need to send that to Trey as a gift.
I don't know. We'll see.
What do you mean you don't know? Hold on. Is this because he didn't give you $100 in that care package he sent?
It is not because he didn't give me any money for buying his shirt. No.
Okay. As long as it's not that, Randy. What is it? You don't like him?
I like Trey. He's a good guy. Okay, let's move on to some college scores. I got lots of scores from college football. We're going to start in the top 25 of the FBS for Week 14. Number 1, Ohio State remained perfect on the season with a win over Michigan, 27-9. Did you watch this game?
No. Oh wait, the Michigan-Ohio State game?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I did. I watched this whole stinking thing, and man, Michigan started off so great. Oh, yeah. I thought maybe they had it. I was like, oh, we are in for it today, and then Ohio State just steamrolled them. Ohio State was clearly the better team. I never thought Michigan was really going to have a chance till the beginning of the game. I was like, oh, okay, Michigan's going to put up a fight, and that's all I wanted. Well, and then,
Did you realize that Michigan was shut out in the second half because they had 9 points at halftime, and they did not score in the second half?
I didn't realize that till just now, but that tracks. I was very bored in the second half, not going to lie.
Yeah. In fact, you were working on Have Grave Will Travel, the Woody Hayes episode, while all this game was going on, I think.
Yeah, I was.
Because we posted it
wrapped up
right after halftime.
Yep. I was definitely working on it. But did you see the Buckeyes mascot cross out the M? Oh.
Yep.
Bravo. I'm
genius.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. And then kudos to the Michigan staffers who had to run out there and erase the Ohio on the field, but they couldn't get the X.
Yep.
Oh, it was great. Well, I love rivalries in college football, and that lived up to it. Ohio State got their revenge. And then after the game, of course, everybody stuck around saying, where's this fight? We getting another brawl? What's going to happen? And all the Michigan players stood on the M. But I thought it was cool that all the Ohio State players jumped into the stands. I thought that was a cool image. So good for them. Look, whatever. They're undefeated national champs. Now they play. Well, we'll talk about who they're going to play in the Big Ten Conference Championship game in a second. But, I got an Ohio State coworker, and he got nothing but crap from Michigan fans leading up to this game. And I'm like, I wouldn't be talking crap when they're that good. So,
Yep. That was the 121st edition of that game. And its first win by Ohio State since 2019. So it's been a while since they won this game. So congratulations to Ohio State. The number 2 ranked Indiana team also finished undefeated. The only 2 undefeated teams at the FBS level now, with a 56-3 win over Purdue. So they're both 1-2 in the standings. Yep. And congratulations to both of them. Number 10, Alabama over Auburn, 27-20 in the Iron Bowl. It was number 16, Texas upsetting number 3 Texas A&M, 27-17. First loss for Texas A&M. They got their first loss on the last week of the season, so they finished with an 11-1 record. Let's see, number 17 UCLA over, or I'm sorry, number 17 USC over UCLA, 29-10 in the game that's got the best visuals every year. Both wearing their home teams, playing at the Rose Bowl. Beautiful sunny day out in California. I just love to check in a little bit on that game just to see the uniforms. And God, it's such a visual spectacle. What a classic that game is.
Yeah.
Let's see. California upset number 21 SMU 38-35 in a pretty close game. And it was number 25 Arizona upsetting number 20 Arizona State 23-7. In other FBS scores, on Tuesday night, it was Western Michigan over Eastern Michigan 31-21. and that puts them in the MAC championship game at Ford Field this coming Saturday at noon, where Western Michigan, with an 8-4 record, is going to take on Miami of Ohio, who is 7-5. And I think the only MAC loss by Western was to Miami of Ohio. So this should be a really good game at Ford Field. I wish we could be there, but we've got a commitment the next day, and I don't think we got time to fit both of them in. But looking forward to watching that.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it. Go Broncos! We'll talk about all the conference championship matchups here in a second, I'm sure.
Yeah. Other FBS scores: Delaware over UTEP, 61-31. James Madison over Coastal Carolina, 59-10. Florida International over Sam Houston, 56-16. And it was South Florida over Rice, 52-3. In the military academies, all three military academies won in last week. Army over University of Texas San Antonio, 27-24. That's the Roadrunners over there. Air Force over Colorado State, 42-21. And it was Navy over Memphis, 28-17. Like I said before, in some FBS news, only two teams left, Ohio State and Indiana, both Big Ten teams, the only two 12-0 teams going into the playoffs. Let's see. Oh, I got two other stories before we get into the matchups for the conference championship games. All right. Head coach Lane Kiffin is leaving Ole Miss and is taking the head coaching job at LSU. He asked to remain at the school and be allowed to coach his 11-1 team as they head into the playoffs, but Ole Miss athletic director Keith Carter denied his request. I don't know why you would. I mean, this is your chance to possibly win a national championship, and you don't want the coach because you're pissed that he's taking a new job. If the man wanted to stay, man, let him stay. That's my opinion.
I mean, it was crazy that LSU also didn't they match whatever offer that the Rebels or Ole Miss was going to give him? Like, something crazy.
Sure on that. I'm not sure.
Like all the money that these coaches make, man, is just absolutely ridiculous. Like,
yeah, I read it was like 91 million with some other money that incentives that makes it like $100 million contract for him to go to LSU. Unbelievable. Let's see. Defensive coordinator Pete Golding takes over as head coach there at Ole Miss. Kiffin posted a record of 55-19 in 6 seasons at Ole Miss. What can I say? He's kind of been a lightning rod. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people like him. So I don't know. We'll see how he does with LSU, but evidently they feel like they got their man. Let's see. One other story here. Head coach Jonathan Smith is fired by Michigan State. His record at Michigan State was 9-15 over 2 seasons, 4-14 in the Big Ten. Yeah, that's not going to let you keep your job. The school owes him $33 million for getting rid of him. Pat Fitzpatrick is the new head coach at Michigan State. He's the former head coach at Northwestern. I guess he did well while he was there. Let's see. North Carolina State. I just saw this a little while ago. You probably don't even have this on your copy. North Carolina State will open the 2026 college football season with a game against Virginia on Saturday, August 29th, 2026 at Nilton Santos Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's going to be the first FBS college game ever played in South America. They're calling it College Football Brazil. I just read this today. I had no idea. There was talk about Western and Michigan playing in Germany next year. I guess that deal kind of fell through, but all of a sudden here comes this game in Brazil, and it's going to be NC State and Virginia to kick off their seasons down there. So I just thought that was interesting. All right, now we've got the list of conference championship games coming up this weekend. Starting on Friday, you've got Conference USA, Kennesaw State at Jacksonville State. In the Sun Belt Conference, it's Troy versus James Madison. In the American Conference, which I guess they're just calling it the American Conference now. It used to be called the American Athletic Conference. You had the AAC and the ACC, so I guess that got a little confusing. So now it's just the American Conference. North Texas at number 24, Tulane. And then also on Friday, it's the Mountain West Conference Championship game, UNLV at Boise State. So then on Saturday the 6th. Oh man, I am.
You'll get there. Don't worry.
Let me get a drink of Mountain Dew here.
I mean, it says episode 422 on the header for the podcast, but you're acting like it's episode 1. So
yeah, I'm doing a little better than that episode. That was terrible. All right, Saturday the 6th, the Big 12 Conference Championship game. Number 11 BYU at number 5 Texas Tech. In the MAC Championship game, it's going to be Western at Miami of Ohio. In the Southwest Athletic Conference, this is an FCS conference, but it's considered the HBCU National Championship game. It's going to be Prairie View A&M at Jackson State. In the SEC title game, it's going to be number 4 Georgia versus number 10 Alabama. In the ACC, it's Duke versus number 18 Virginia. And finally, the big one, the Big Ten Conference game, number 2 Indiana at number 1 Ohio State. That is, other than us watching the
Western game.
The Western game, yeah. This is the game everybody's going to be watching. Number 1 versus number 2 to see who goes on from there. That should be very interesting.
It's almost, I can't even say it's a playoff game because both these teams are making it into the playoff no matter what happens.
Sure. It's all about seeding now.
But, oh boy. What are we like? Part of me is like, are we going to see like these two teams like just put on a show, or is it going to be a terrible game while both teams are like, well, we got to do just enough to win, but not enough to like, hurt ourselves going into the playoff because you still got 4 playoff games, or is it 3 playoff games after this to try to run the gauntlet?
But I mean, they both want to be the only undefeated team going into the playoffs. I mean,
maybe
winner's undefeated.
That's true. We'll see, man. It's just, that should be a great game.
Yeah.
I hope they both give everything they got.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that should be a really good game. All right, in the FCS, it's the first round of the playoffs. Villanova over Harvard, 52-7. Yale over Youngstown State, 43-42. I guess, excuse me, I heard that there was an exciting ending to this thing, and I guess, I don't know, it was an extra point or what, that or did they go for 2? I can't remember, but supposedly a very exciting ending to that game. The first time that Yale and Harvard have appeared in the FCS playoffs. So one got their first loss, one got their first win. Congratulations, Yale. Also at the FCS level, it was Abilene Christian over Lamar, 38-20, and North Dakota over Tennessee Tech, 31-6. In the Division II playoffs, this was also round 1 for them. Ferris State over Ashland, 56-24. Frostburg State over California of Pennsylvania, 23-21. Kutztown over Assumption, 56-19. And University of Texas Permian Basin over Western Colorado, 21-15 in overtime. Now we go to Division III, where this was the second round of their playoffs. It was Wheaton of Illinois over Wartburg, 28-24. St. John's of Minnesota over Monmouth of Illinois, 49-15. Mount Union over Muhlenberg, 49-7. And Wisconsin Platteville over Alma, that's here in Michigan, 24-7. I had to include that because when I went to band camp every year as a kid, we went up to Alma College, which is, towards the middle of the Lower Peninsula. And we'd go up there every year and live on the campus and march on their football field, getting ready for the football season. So too bad, Alma College. I really enjoyed my time up there. All right, going on to the NAIA playoffs, second round. Grandview over St. Francis of Indiana, 62-20. Friends of Kansas over William Penn of Iowa. Oh, God, I didn't put that score in there. Let's see. College of Idaho over Morningside of Iowa, 37-19. And Montana Tech over Carroll of Montana, 31-21. Finally, there were no games in the National Junior College Athletic Association, but we do have the schedule coming up. This Friday, it's going to be the Division I semifinal game between Tyler and Iowa Western. On Saturday, December 6th, it is the Division III championship game between North Dakota State College of Science and the College of DuPage. And also that day, it's the Division I semifinal game between Northwestern Mississippi and Hutchinson. On Sunday, I'm sorry, what?
I felt like I had to raise my hand, Mr. Teacher. I went and found that score you were missing.
Oh. I figured that's what you were doing.
Friends from Kansas, the number 4 ranked team in the NAIA-FCS playoffs, defeated the number 13 William Penn 53-36. Okay. So that was your score there. So you're welcome.
Thank you
one
for
says I don't do
interrupting me.
research. No one better say that. I do my research sometimes.
All right. Let's see. Going back to the junior college level, Sunday, December 7th, it's the Game 1 Bowl where Snow College is going to take on Iowa Central. And Wednesday, December 17th, it is the Division I championship game in Canyon, Texas. So this weekend, there'll be a lot of action at the junior college level. Okay, that's it for the college score. Whoa.
Oh, wow, Randy, you going to be okay over there?
Too many scores. Too many college scores.
Yeah, whose fault is that? So
mine.
While Randy sits over there and regrets the harsh reality of aging, I want to show you a picture I found because he made me go to the website. Look at this picture of young Randy, everybody. I had to dig this up. What shorts are those? Are those jorts?
Those were like Hawaiian shorts. I might have got those on our honeymoon in Hawaii.
Randy outside the Silver Dome, and I don't even know what year, 1992 maybe.
That was what year was Eden born? Was Eden born in 92?
92.
Then that was 92. And you took that picture.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I took a picture?
Yep, you took that picture at 3 years old.
Man, no wonder you're so low to the ground. Good Lord.
Well, I was trying to get the scoreboard. You know, they've got the Lions home schedule on the wall back there at the Silverdome.
Yeah, because you could really make out what the schedule says at that time, even with those old crappy cameras. All right, I'll take that down. I just figured since you made me go find that other picture, see what else I could dig up.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. So now I guess we're going over to Japan.
Are we? I mean, I would love to go over to Japan, Randy, but unfortunately, we don't have the money, nor the time, nor the tickets for that. So instead, we're going to ask our friend, our man in Japan, Greg St. James, to fill us in on some of the happenings going on across the pond or the ocean, whatever you want to call it.
And now we're off across the Pacific, where our man in Japan, Greg St. James, has all the news from the land of the rising sun.
Hey everybody, it's Greg St. James here from Gridiron Japan to give you this week's score in X-League play, specifically X-League area, the final round, the final week of X-League area play before the championship is held in December. So this past weekend, we had 4 games that were played. We had lead effort going up against J-Stars. J-Stars won 14-7. The As-One Black Eagles won 10-7 over the Nagoya Cyclones. The Dentsu Caterpillars were 19-7 winners over the Penta Ocean Pirates. And then lastly, we had Club Triax were 34-24 winners over the Blue Thunders. And that's it for the area scores. One last thing to wrap up here before I let you guys go. Randy and Adam, we have the Koshien Bowl that has been set, and it is going to be, again, the KG Fighters, the Alabama of college football here in Japan. Actually, even a bigger power college football-wise here in Japan. Will be playing the Ritsumeikan University Panthers at the Koshien Bowl in Kobe, making it an all-Kansai Koshien Bowl. For those of you who are listening and have no idea what I'm talking about, Japan is divided into different regions, and the Kansai region is the Osaka, Kyoto, Kobe region of Japan, and then you have Tokyo, and then you have the rest of the country. So, but the Kansai area in Japan is got a lot of great schools that play a lot of great football, including the KG Fighters and the Panthers there in Kyoto. And okay, with all that said here, the guys and I, we hopefully will be back hopefully we'll be back this week, but if we're not able to get our schedules together, we're going to be back next week on our podcast to give a breakdown of the final week. The quarterfinal games that were played in X1 Super and look ahead to the semifinals coming up here. There's instead of a 2-week break between games, we've got a 3-week break between the final season games that were played in X1 Super. And I'm getting confused here. We had a 3-week break between the quarterfinal games that were played in X1 Super and the semifinals. So, all right, listen, with all that said, guys, I am going to sign off from here. And hey, listen, if you're listening for the first time to the Scoreboard Report, you don't know anything about what I am talking about. Yes, we do play football here in Japan, American football. And you can check it all out, learn all about it at gridironjapan.jp. Also check out our podcast and hopefully do a like and subscribe if you like what you hear. So on that note, guys, hey, happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody. We did not have Thanksgiving here in Japan, so my Thanksgiving consisted of chicken tacos. So on that note, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Chicken tacos for Thanksgiving? That sounds pretty good.
I was just going to say that sounds good to me.
I mean, we get real lucky that we get a Thanksgiving where we do the normal, kind of turkey-ish, stuff and all that stuff, the typical American dish and sides, but we also get to have kimbap and galbi and whatever egg roll or spring rolls and whatever other Korean goodies we get when we go over to your brother's house, aka my aunt, one of the greatest cooks on the planet, and her family. Oh, when we get the Korean food for Thanksgiving, she always makes sure that I leave with a big old container of kimbap, which is essentially like Korean sushi, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Greg also mentioned the Koshien Bowl, the college football national championship. I don't think he mentioned the date. I got to look that up because I did look up the date for the Rice Bowl, and that's going to be January 3rd of next year. So I don't know if you can find it right away, but I don't think he mentioned the date. So anyway, I'll have it on the rundown next week. We'll get that up there. But yeah, that's coming up either late December or or into early January. All right, so moving on to some other news. Arena Football 1 signs a multi-year agreement with Game 1 and Under Armour to be the official apparel provider for the league. This is huge. This is a huge signing. It's it doesn't get any bigger than Under Armour to supply your uniforms and your sideline outfits, sweatshirts, T-shirts, and all that for the coaching staff and everything. So I think this is great for AF1.
Yeah, I think it's great. When that kind of came through the wire, everybody was kind of anticipating like, oh, there's an announcement. Is it another team? Is it a this or that? I think when you first hear like, oh, it's just a uniform provider announcement, I think maybe even at first, even I was kind of like, oh, that's it. But when you dive into it, when you really look at some of this stuff, it's awesome for the league because last year they had the issues with Triple S and delivering on uniforms to start last year. And if you're trying to become a league and you want to be taken serious, who you partner with matters. And Under Armour is up there. That's a big name when it comes to that apparel brand, and Game 1 also. So this is a big deal, I think. And as we kind of talked over the, talking with the Arsenal guys, George, Celeste, and Coach Sean, things are moving. They initially didn't know when they had to get stuff turned in, but then we were kind of told that the deadline for like uniforms and stuff is like this Thursday, the 4th. So things are moving quickly. So while this deal doesn't officially, get going until the 1st of 2026,
right?
Stuff is happening. Things are moving and they're getting prepped. So before you know it, we're going to be seeing helmet designs and uniforms. And if you missed our episode of Inside the Arsenal guys, I was able to pitch some uniforms to Celeste and George. Had a little fun with that, and we'll see if they make it to game day. I'll probably lose my mind, but yeah, this is a big deal. I think this is awesome for the league.
Yes. And the other story I've got here from the AF1 is that the Michigan Arsenal are hosting their open tryouts this Sunday in Midland, Michigan, not too far from Saginaw, and we're going to be there. And so our video for the Arsenal next week, episode 3 of Inside the Arsenal, is going to mainly be concerned with the tryouts and maybe interview some of the participants, interview some of the coaches, and probably George will be there, and whoever else we can corral that will take the time to talk to us. We'll be talking to a lot of people that day.
And Scott Levin in the chat. Yeah, I saw the ideas for the Arsenal. They're pretty good. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I worked real hard on that program that somebody else made I put the uniforms in there, but they had all the presets. I just put the colors and move stuff around. Hey, I felt great. I made a tweet or a post about like 12-year-old me would have lost his mind if he would have been told you get to pitch uniforms to an actual owner. Like I had to pitch myself, like, because it's true. Like while it was like a fun bit and kind of a gag, like it's awesome. Like it was such a good feeling. You were in that call technically, so you got to watch me as I like fumbled through, and I definitely edited a few lulls out, but it was fun.
You are a uniform geek, and you're just so critical about people's uniforms and all that. And to me, it's I'm a helmet guy. I'm all about the helmet. What's the helmet look like? The color, the striping, the logo, and this and that. But you go hog wild on the uniforms out there.
Oh, I love it. You give me the uniforms, the helmets. I'm a stickler for all of it. Hence why, Royce's channel, when he does his helmet rankings, I'm all there. Or when Royce and I talk logos, all there. Just be happy that we haven't done uniform talk yet. But Rookie in the chat, let's hope all the new teams get their uniforms on time, and let's see if Under Armour updates the uniforms for all the teams. I'm sure there will be updates to the uniforms, and depending on what certain teams want to do, like I'll be a little sad if Albany gets rid of that flame they kind of had up here on the chest. I hope they keep that kind of there, because that was fine. That was perfect. That was like one of the coolest uniforms was the Firebird. So I hope they don't tweak it too much if they don't have to. They just got to change that stinking helmet from the chicken wing and put the bird head on the helmet again. Albany, gosh, tired of the chicken wing. I'm sure Albany fans will disagree, and that's fine, but you're wrong, and it's lonely being right. So, all right. AFL fan says AF1 is awesome. So.
We think so, yeah.
And what were we going to say?
A quick little side thing here before we get on to the next story. Anybody in the chat recognize the hat that Adam is wearing? If you can identify the team and or the league that came from, put it in the comments below. Let's see if anybody recognizes that. Because I
didn't wear that to do that, but it's
part of your inventory of hats that you've got. We actually saw that team play.
Yep. Let's see. That was pretty cool to see. Dreams can come true. Thanks, Royce. Let's see. Oh, we got him. A couple people. San Diego Fleet rookie. Okay. And yep. Royce even had the league. Yeah, there you go, boys. Yep. They know. It's because they know ball.
Well, Adam, on our webpage, you could find a picture of you, me, and Aaron at the Memphis Express game against the San Diego Fleet.
Yeah, you can. Rookie in the chat. I want to see. Yeah, whatever. We're moving on. I want to see the Firebird's face on the helmet. Some fans love the wings on the helmet. Hey, if I was from Albany, I've said this before. If I was from Albany, I would hate that my helmet looks like a Philadelphia Eagles helmet a little bit, even remotely. Put the bird back on the helmet, Albany, and then you would have the perfect uniform. I swear.
Yeah.
That's the only thing missing about those Albany uniforms is they put the bird head back. It's like I've seen some pictures lately. Actually, like somebody posted some vintage Firebird pictures, and the helmet's so cool. It's so awesome. You have it sitting there in your wall of helmets that you're looking at. Like it's up there. It's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, enough about uniforms. What's next?
All right. You're going to move on across the other ocean now. The European League of Football and the new European Football Alliance have agreed to, they said, reunify European American football over there. I say this is a merger. And they didn't use this word. That's my word. Evidently, they're merging. They're going to work together probably to get all the teams that were there last year and whatnot. I don't know. It's a very messy situation, kind of convoluted sometimes.
It sounded like it was just a ploy for this EFA to just, I don't know, take some teams and we're going to join. Eventually, we're going to merge anyway because they had no social media presence. It was all the teams just posting this logo, the EFA logo, and I don't know. It was a weird mess, and I was just glad that they both shook hands and buried the hatchet, and we could all move on from the craziness that has been going on over there in Europe with American-style football.
Our long European nightmare was over finally.
Was until today. Out of nowhere, this AFLE, American Football, the League Europe, makes a thing that we're going to be something in Europe. Now, Randy, I can't even.
No.
I can't even.
I saw that and it made my head swim, and I said, I'm not even going to bring this up because I don't know anything about it. But you said, I've already got the graphic. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, I'm so confused. Absolutely. I don't know what's going on. It's going to take a while for the dust to settle on this announcement on top of the other two. So, man, oh, man.
My goodness. It's just like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, it's just bad.
I know that a lot of the teams in the ELF did not like the way the league was being run. And then, so in comes this European Football Alliance. They said, well, come to us. We're going to do things differently. So a lot of them jumped ship and went to them. Others did not. There were arguments between the two. You know, we have a contract. You're legally held to us for next year. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But
get your poop in a group, European football. God, I haven't had to use that phrase in a while, but get your poop in a group. It's ridiculous.
All right. So there's that. And maybe next week we'll have a better update for this. But right now, that's all we know.
Or we'll be more confused.
Yeah. We'll confuse you some more next week. All right. Moving on to the Arena League. They are going to announce a new team in Grand Island, Nebraska in 2 days, Thursday the 4th. This is going to be team number 9 in their league. I don't know if they're going to announce the name of the team. It just says we're going to announce a team. They know the venue and all that. So I don't know if they'll have a team logo, mascot name, or anything. You just have to wait for 2 days and find out. But supposedly they have 2 teams that they are going to announce for next year. They're planning to go into next season with 10 teams. So they'll have one more of these in the coming weeks. No word on that 10th team just yet. But they are going to announce team number 9 this Thursday in Grand Island, Nebraska. So
nothing like an announcement for an announcement. That is one of the things I hate so much. I get you have to drum up publicity and you have to do all that, but man, it's like a trailer for a movie trailer. Like, stupid. But hey, look, no, Grand Island is where I believe the long historic team, the Nebraska Danger, played.
Yes, they're playing in the same arena that the Nebraska Danger played in.
I'm sure they'll change the name, but man, if they were able to bring back, I know the Arena League has been like changed. You know, they got a lot of unique team names, but if they were able to bring back the Nebraska Danger, Randy, to the indoor football landscape, could that not be thrilling? And yes, thank you, Lancaster. Announcement for an announcement to mention about a future announcement.
That's good.
And Dale agrees with me. It's ridiculous.
Well, you got to let people know that you're going to announce a team and get them excited for the announcement.
I get that, but it's just like, there it is. Announce it. It's like, give me the movie trailer. Give me the Avengers trailer, Randy. Don't just say, hey, guys, in 2 days. Here's a trailer for the trailer we're going to give you in 2 days. Just give me the trailer. God, so stupid.
Well,
I guess, hold on. I guess we're guilty of that too, because we've kind of done an announcement for our announcement. So I guess I'm a hypocrite. But we're different. We're nobodies. Nobody cares about our crap.
And if the indoor football landscape wasn't muddy enough, you have something now called the International Arena League.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard a few things. I didn't know what to think about this thing, and there was like a mini documentary, behind the scenes thing that I watched. And since then, they came out last week and they announced 11 of the 12 teams that supposedly are going to take place in their upcoming season next year. They're going to have 4 teams in the U.S., the Las Vegas Rockers, the Cincinnati Slingers, the Utah Great Eights, and the Arizona Juggernauts. And then they're planning for 5 teams in Europe, the Dusseldorf Warriors, the Stuttgart Stallions, the England Eruptors, Glasgow Tartans, and the Zurich, I guess that's Ibex, Ibexx.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in Canada, they've got some teams up there. They're going to have the Halifax Highlanders, the Saskatoon Crushers with a K, and then there's one more team that they're going to announce. They're going to do another mini documentaries in a couple weeks. That's when they'll announce the 12th team. I'm assuming
we
that'll
better
be
tread lightly, Randy, because they could use this footage in that documentary. So we better be careful of what we say here. We might get used in that documentary. We'll see. But look, okay,
we'll see.
We'll see. But this, I don't know what to make of this league, because I'm not saying like I don't want another league. What are we doing here? Like, let's give it to them. That documentary they put out, not bad, pretty professional. A little inconsistent in there when they talk about the number of teams. They kind of bounced around like, well, we're going to have this many teams. Okay, nope. So, halfway through the documentary, okay, never mind. We're going to have this many teams. It's like they couldn't make up, their mind on how many teams they were actually going to roll with. I don't know if they even have all this stuff locked down, how this is going to work. Like, the NFL doesn't even have the Europe thing figured out. How does this startup indoor league feel like they're going to start it up? I'd love to be proven wrong. Don't get me wrong. And I mean, these guys have been nice. They slid into our DMs. That's right. The International Arena League slid into our DMs on Instagram just to say that they liked us. So it makes me feel bad that I'm sitting here, not trashing them, but I'm very skeptical, guys. I'm sorry. Very skeptical. Like, are you just going to have the European teams play each other, and then the Canadian teams play each other, the U.S. teams play each other, and then eventually we're going to spend a bunch of stinking money to make sure your players have passports and no felonies to travel? And it seems like a tall order. I just don't know how they pull that off.
Yeah, it's very ambitious. 5 teams in Europe.
A little too ambitious, if you ask me.
3 in Canada. Yeah. So our attitude right now is show us how this is going to work, because we haven't seen enough right now to know how this is going to work, if it's all going to come about on time the way they say, and we're just going to sit back and we're going to wait and see what happens. But that is what is going on right now with this International Arena League going on.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to throw up a couple comments here, Randy, as we go through this. Right. Let's see, starting with Roy or Lancaster. Ouch, those 10 to 14-hour flights are going to be really something when those games happen in the International Arena League, especially a Las Vegas Glasgow game. See, Viking Wax Press says travel budget seems impossible to sustain. That's exactly
for a brand new league. For a brand new league, and now you're going to be traveling all over the world to play games. I don't know.
I mean, if it would be one thing if it was an established brand, but you're just starting from the ground up. Literally, in that documentary, they showed your little call center. I'm sorry, guys, to go from that to an international league playing high-stakes football games, just I don't know how that works, where you're getting this money from. Dale in the chat says, what is this, an indoor arena football league, or what is this? I'm confused, and where was this documentary? So, Dale, International Arena League on YouTube. You can find their channel. They have a documentary up. It's about 20-ish minutes. Kind of talking about this league starting up. It's a very well-produced little documentary. But it's a lot of style, maybe not as much substance and concrete answers as we would like about this league. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to poo-poo this league. I'm not trying to hope they fail. Quite the opposite. I just super skeptical about how you go about this as your business model in the first year of your league where you have international travel, where you want to supposedly have a world champion, which I'm sorry, like, I don't see how this is going to work. Like Rookie says, how about this? Just have an American division and a European division. Seriously, what is the IAL thinking? How are they going to figure this out? I hope they have a plan. They say their kickoffs in April or March, and that's fast approaching. And we've had like one coach that I know of that was hired, according to that documentary. No players. They've just announced a bunch of teams. We're waiting on one more team announcement. No schedule to actually see how this might feasibly work. Just seems like a tall order. And I hate to say that this feels like that National Gridiron League that pops up every year, says they're going to start up, and sorry guys, we're going to take a step back for a year, and we'll come back stronger next year. And then it just repeats every year.
Same old thing.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Viking Wax Press says Halifax Highlanders is a cool name, though. Gotta give them that. They got some cool names. I'm not even denying that. It's just I just don't see how this is going to be a sustainable product. The leagues that are in the States have problems traveling between states.
Right.
How are these teams going to sustain traveling internationally? It's just mind-boggling. And we'll end with this one. Dale, thank you, Adam, for clearing that up. I'm going to check it out. But I have a lot of the same questions you do. There's so many questions about this league. And look, I wish them the best. It's awesome that they, were nice to us, and we'll see what happens. We'll wait and see what more develops. And I will, I won't say I'll eat crow, but I'll walk back. Like, if they can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. I love it. I love to be proven wrong most of the time.
Yeah. Well, just like that All America Football League, that I went to back in 2008. They were having tryouts. They were, they had the teams all set. I think it was going to be 8 teams altogether. And at the last minute, it folded because, one of their big investors said, you know what, I'm pulling out. And that was it, the end. So, we've seen this come and go before. You and I have been doing this for a long time. I mean, even though we haven't been, having this show, except for the last, 8 years. But before that, we were following all these leagues and we were going to games all over the place. So, we've seen it all before. And I'm just going to sit back and say, okay, IAF, show me what you got, because I'm skeptical. So that's where it stands right now. Yeah. All right. Last story here. Oh, no, I actually got 2 more stories. The American Women's Football League is partnering with a women's tackle football team in Germany called the Berlin Cobra Ladies. The AWFA's Georgia Vipers will travel to Germany for a week-long football camp in October of 2026. The first International Women's Football Week will feature a cultural exchange and player development. So we're going to have like a football camp between this American, women's tackle football team and one from Germany. And this whole initiative is called AWFL International Select. The AWFL, their first season was 2024, and they had just 6 teams. Last year, they expanded to 18 teams, and next year they're planning to have a total of 34 teams in 2026. So, good for them if they can pull this off. I mean, I know women's football is gaining popularity. We've been to women's tackle football games. We've watched games before. It is fun. There's a place for it, and I support all these ladies that want to go out and play tackle football. So, we'll see what happens with this here. I think there was a league called the AWFL many years ago, but I think they kind of folded, and then they kind of brought them back 3 years ago. So, I thought there was supposed to be a team in Kalamazoo, which got some traction, and then it never came about. So. Yeah. I'm not sure, but anyway, that story came out, and I just thought it was kind of interesting that they're kind of partnering with a team in Germany to have some joint practices, and no talk of an actual game or a scrimmage, but they're just gonna compare notes on how do you do things over here. Here's how we do things over there, and that's always a good thing. You go someplace, you get some ideas, exchange of ideas, making the game better for everybody. So, interesting story. All right, then the last story that I've got today involves high school football. Ohio, the state of Ohio, becomes the 45th state to allow high school athletes to enter into name, image, and likeness agreements. I did not know. I thought maybe a couple states had this, but I didn't realize that 45 out of the 50 states have, allow high school kids to have an NIL agreement. Schools in the Ohio High School Athletics Association voted 447 to 121 in favor of the referendum, with another 250 schools abstaining. They didn't even want to get involved in it. The new bylaw goes into effect immediately. Only Michigan, Alabama, Indiana, Mississippi, and Wyoming do not allow high schoolers to sign NIL agreements. Is it just a matter of time for those last 5 states get into line and follow suit with everybody else?
When there's money on the line and there's money to be had, when the legislators figure out a way that they can get their fingers into that NIL money, you bet your darn butt that they're going to pass all that crap. Like
I didn't like it when college went to it. I thought nothing good was going to come out of this, and you can see how it's kind of ruining everything right now. And now to put this down at the high school level, you're just giving these high school kids more of a sense of entitlement that they're owed money for playing the game. We'll get more money when we go to college. We'll get more money if we go to the NFL. Money, money, money. I don't like it, but 45 states are going, well, yeah, let's do it. Let's let them make money.
Look, I think there's got to be so many barriers and restrictions. We got to really figure out how to box this in so that it can't be abused. Unfortunately, it's going to get abused. Yep. For all the good, I actually think that this does. So I think, but when I say we, networks and schools profit off of student athletes and all that, and for years, these kids didn't make a dime off of their jersey being the hot selling jersey. I get it. I think players should actually, if I was a star high school basketball player, which I wasn't, I scored 0 points in high school basketball. I took several charges and made 0 free throws. But if I was able to have a hot selling jersey, man, it would have been nice. It makes life a little easier for some of these kids. I think that the good that could come of this is, astronomical, but it's the bad that can come with it. Like you said, it's the entitlement. It's, this high school is only going to pay me this amount to play. Well, then I'm going to jump over to this high school. I don't know. I think there could be a lot of restrictions. Look, when we say name, image, likeness, it's more if the school sells stuff with your name on it or whatever, or if they, you want to sign pictures, make your money. It's like starting up a YouTube channel. Get your money. You're self-driven. It's your stuff. I don't see why not. I think it's silly. There should be a limit. Don't get me wrong. There definitely needs to be a limit. But I do think that kids should be able to make something off of it. Because what if a high school kid gets hurt? There goes his future career. But if he could have made, or she could have made, a little scratch. I mean,
well, anyway. I can see it in college because a lot of these colleges are making money hand over fist, and the players, who are doing all the work, bringing all the fans in, packing stadiums with 100,000 fans, selling all this merchandise and all that. Yeah, the money was there. Where is the money in high school football? Outside of Texas, where they have some huge stadiums down there where, they're as nuts about high school football in the state of Texas as they are college football. Nationwide, I don't see it for high school football. And so I scratch my head when I see this. But we'll see what happens. 45 states now have agreements.
Dale in the chat says, unfortunately, money talks and BS walks. I don't know what else to say. Our country is ruled by money. Ruled probably by money. Real Lancaster City Dragon Rats in the chat. Thank goodness for district restrictions in Pennsylvania to disallow players from just leaving one place for another without having to literally uproot your life. Pennsylvania used to have that hype, but it's definitely eroding. So, look, I know Michigan just had our state finals over the weekend. The school my daughter goes to was in the state championship over the weekend. So, okay, you go to the state championship. You got some cool merch. Maybe you sell replica player jerseys, something like that. Maybe some of the kids make a little bit of cheddar from it. I don't know. I don't know. But part of me is like, yes, make your money. I'll tell that to anybody. Get out there and make your money. But for this type of stuff, there definitely needs to be some restrictions. Like, and until those get ironclad, we're in the wild, wild west, Randy.
Well, they can't even get college football right because look at Lane Kiffin jumping from one school to another, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
That's been a problem for years with coaches in college football. That's not even touching on the transfer portal and all these kids making 6-figure deals for signing deals with car dealerships or gosh, I can't remember some of the like Dr. Pepper. I don't know. I'm just throwing brands out there, but it's I don't know.
It's a mess when money gets involved, and bringing it down to the high school level, they don't need that at that level, I don't think.
What's next, Randy? Pee Wee football?
Oh my gosh.
Pee Wee NIL. Let's start it right now, Randy. Let's get in on this.
Oh, can you find that picture of you with your Pee Wee football jersey? We'll sell trading cards of you in your Pee Wee football jersey.
Nobody wants that, Randy. You know what I will do? How about let's see. Can I share?
Yep. If people want to see that picture of you and Aaron, they can go to our website and use your phone and scan that QR code on the front of our website, and that'll take you to a picture.
What about this picture? This picture right here of you, Randy, like that one. We could. Yeah. I mean, slap that on a T-shirt, or what about this one over here?
Yeah, that was at a Lions training camp. That was at a Lions training camp where you got to put on a jersey and hold a helmet. And I told everybody that I was a kicker in training camp with the Lions, and I never. It's not on that page.
I'm just scrolling. I'm letting people see. This is early 2000s website making it its finest. Everybody, Randy still owning and operating it like that. Just
look at all those graves I was at.
Oh boy.
There's the Spartan Stadium in Portsmouth, Ohio.
There's the AAL or the AAF that we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
So,
grave of Paul Brown. Yeah.
If you guys would like to contribute to update the World of Football's website, please send those donations here on this YouTube channel, or send them P.O. Box World of Football. Blah blah blah. I don't know.
I'm doing the best I can with the money I got, which is nothing. So there you go. You get what you pay for. All right, let's move on. We're over an hour. Let's kind of wrap this thing up here.
Okay.
Today's birthdays and anniversaries for December 2nd. Cornerback Willie Brown, born on this date in 1940, passed away in 2019 at the age of 78. Played his college football at Grambling State. Signed as a free agent with the AFL's Denver Broncos in 1963. Played in Denver through 1966, and he also played for the Oakland Raiders from 67 to 78, won Super Bowl 11 with the Raiders, and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 1984. Have one other birthday today. Aaron Rodgers is 42. All right, moving on. Obituaries for today. Ken Nielsen, a wide receiver in the Canadian Football League for 6 seasons, has passed away at the age of 82. Nielsen played college football at the University of Alberta and was the 3rd overall pick in the 1965 CFL draft by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. He played just 2 games in Hamilton and then was traded to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, where he played the rest of his career from 1965 to 1970. All right, finally today, it's our upcoming events calendar. This Thursday, the Arena League is going to announce that expansion team in Grand Island, Nebraska. On Sunday, December 8th, it's the Monsters Fun Day Football, the Monday night football game between the Eagles and the Chargers, where they're going to be using...
Monday, December 8th?
Is it? No. Monday's just... That's a Sunday night game.
No, it's a Monday night game, Randy. It's a Monday night.
Sunday night game. Because the
Randy,
next thing I got...
Hold on. I love it when I can point this out to Randy. While you wrote Sunday, December 8th, Sunday's actually the 7th, because that's when we're going to be at the tryouts. And by the way, it's Monsters Fun Day Football on Monday Night Football, which is played traditionally, Randy, on Monday nights.
All right.
So,
You got me. You
therefore,
got me there.
It cannot
got
be
me there.
played on Sunday. I
Okay.
hope
It is a
you've
Monday
been
night.
learned.
You're right.
We can move on now.
Okay. And also on Monday, December 9th, the Canadian Football League's 2026 schedule will be released.
Nope. That's Tuesday, December 9th, which we will be doing an episode that day. You might want to check your calendar, Randy.
I guess.
Uh,
So the last thing I got here is Saturday, December 13th. Is that really a Saturday, December 13th?
You got me questioning all the days of the week. Yes, that one you got right.
All right. That's the day of the 126th Army-Navy game, which will be played at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. That is a game on my bucket list someday. I want to go to an Army-Navy game.
Oh,
Even though I was in the
that
Air
would be-
Force, I want to go to one of those games.
that would be pretty cool. That
Yes.
would be pretty neat.
All right. Anything you want to badmouth me about before we end this show?
Badmouth you about? Certainly. But the only real breaking news we had during the show was the NFL announced the times for their Saturday games in a couple weeks. Because they do that Saturday doubleheader. I believe the Eagles Commanders are going to kick off at like 5:30 if I saw correctly, and then the Saturday night game is going to be the rematch of the Packers Bears that evening at like 8:00. So
don't they play each other twice in like 3 weeks? Packers Bears.
2 out of 3 weeks.
Wow.
Let's see in the chat real quick. Dale does say you need a big desk calendar, Randy. I'm telling you, World of Football calendar. That way, Randy, we can be 2 birds, 1 stone. You'll have one, and we can make money off of it. Viking Wax Press. The Navy helmets for that game are awesome. I've seen. Those uniforms. Can't wait. It's gonna be great. That's a new tradition I really like.
Yeah, I posted that on our Facebook and X feeds. So yeah, if you haven't seen those yet, go ahead and check those out.
Those
all right. Is that it then?
I think so. I'm just going to go back through the chat real quick, see if there's any comments or anything that I could pull out here. Because, you guys were very active today. We appreciate it, guys. If I missed anything, my apologies.
Anybody sticking up for me against you?
No, not a single comment, Randy. But, yeah, we got a lot of comments that we appreciate y'all, again, for joining us. Maybe in the future, Dad, maybe we need to have like a prop or like special questions if people want actual questions at the end of the show. But we'll see. What do you guys think in the chat? Maybe next time it should just be bold or all caps question, then your question, and then we'll save those to the end of the show. But usually I try to get to everybody as we go through the topics. I think that makes it more fun for people to be involved. So, well, hey, we appreciate y'all. I got nothing else, Dad. I'm going to throw it back to you to wrap this puppy up.
All right. Well, that's all the time we've got for this week. Don't forget to check out the World of Football merchandise at teepublic.com. That's TEE public.com for the latest football-related T-shirts, hats, mugs, and more from our merch store. Maybe even one with our disclaimer from our picks video, possibly.
Maybe we'll find out tomorrow night. Maybe.
But remember, folks, some people may love football more than we do, but nobody, and I mean nobody, loves more football than the two of us guys sitting here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, talking all things football. Join us again next week when we'll try and do a better job. Yeah, right. Until then, I'm Randy Snow.
And I'm Adam Snow.
And we'll see you all next week.
Thanks again for checking out this edition of This Week in the World of Football. New episodes of the show are posted every Tuesday and can be found wherever good podcasts are available. You can find the World of Football on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Threads by searching for TWOF Kalamazoo or using the links in the episode description below. Be sure to subscribe to the World of Football on YouTube for more great football-related content. Just search for the World of Football Kalamazoo or use the handle @TheWorldOfFootball to find us. Remember, every like, comment, and subscription really does help us out, and we appreciate you for that support. We hope to see you again next time.